Hello everyone, I'm Lee Pacchia, and this is the Bloomberg Law Bankruptcy Review. I'm joined now by Bloomberg News Editor-at-Large Bill Rochelle. As always, you can check out his daily bankruptcy column available on BloombergLaw.com, and it's also on the Bloomberg Terminal. We have three items to touch on for you today. We're going to start off by taking a look at the Lehman Brothers case. And Bill, you wrote in your column today that Lehman Brothers basically has been supporting the whole claims trading market for about a year and a half now. What to make of this?
Well, you can say that again. Over the last 12 months, there were nearly $40 billion of Lehman claims that were traded. Now, guess how large number two came in. General Motors, old General Motors, was the second largest in number of traded claims, and that was only 2% of Lehman. 2%. And in February, Lehman was something like 80% of all traded claims. So really, what it means is that after the Lehman confirms a plan, God willing, at the end of this year,
you expect to fall off.
That's going to be most of the traded claims. I wonder what people in the claim trading business are going to be doing.
Right, it used to be quite active 5 years ago.
That's right, after Lehman goes away.
All right, let's jump to the Madoff case. Busy week, lots of dirt flying around. What to make of it? Bring us up to speed on this one.
I tell you, if you add water to dirt, you get mud. And believe me, this is the most polite mudslinging match I can ever recall having seen.
It's got ugly fast.
Well, you've got the Madoff trustee on one side, and on the other side, you've got Fred Wilpon and the companies that own the New York Mets. And the Madoff trustee is trying to get in Wilpon's pocket for $1 billion. That is a lot of money. And of course, Mr. Wilpon doesn't like it one little bit. And so this is a really, shall we say, earnest lawsuit. Wilpon is trying to push the thing, I think, to an appellate court as soon as possible to try to get himself out of this situation. Because frankly, if he gets stung by a large enough judgment, even, a fraction of the full $1 million, so long as it's a decent fraction, he might have to give up ownership of the Mets. He might have
That's
to
what
sell
we're talking about here. $1 billion is still $1 billion, even if you're Fred Wilpon. We're talking about controlling ownership of the New York Mets
Exactly
franchise.
right. And that's probably the reason this is such a strident litigation, because after all, one thing that a rich man doesn't like to do, he doesn't like to give up his toys. And that's what's involved in this lawsuit, is essentially, will Mr. Wilpon be forced to give up control of the Mets?
All right. And finally, I know you wanted to touch on the A.T. Reynolds decision just came out of the Southern District of New York, deals with mediation.
Yes. Sounds like a boring topic, but bankruptcy judges love mediation. They love to send people off to mediate. There was a case in which the bankruptcy judge held somebody in contempt, a big bank, because the bank refused to get off the schneid. They refused to give up anything in mediation. The bankruptcy judge said, you're in contempt because you refused to mediate in good faith. Went up to the district court, they reversed. The district judge said, listen, you can force somebody to mediate, but you cannot force them to settle. It's sort of like the old adage, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink.
All right. Well, Bill, thanks for that. That's Bill Rochelle. He is a columnist here at Bloomberg News. If you'd like to learn more about the issues we just discussed, go check out our daily podcast and also Bill's column. Both are on BloombergLaw.com and also on the Bloomberg Terminal. I'm Lee Pacchia. Thanks for watching.